Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Jacob, and in this video we're going to be implementing the hand class for our poker game, as well as, well, it's mostly going to be scoring is what we're going to be working on. Before we get started, there's one change that I've made to the deck class from the previous video, and that is I added, or rather modified, the shuffle method to use an actual real shuffle algorithm rather than one that I just kind of came up with on the spot. This one's called the Fisher-Yates shuffle algorithm, and we're not going to go over it, but I'll provide a link in the description that goes into more detail about this specific type of shuffle. Okay, then some other code that I wrote off camera is all of this. This is a huge big list of a bunch of hands, poker hands, that we'll be implementing this hand class today, which is why it's underlined. But this is every single type of poker hand that we're going to be dealing with in this game. So we have a royal flush, straight flush, four of a kind, and a whole bunch of them. Just didn't feel that it would be very interesting to type those out on camera. And then I made this hand file, and that also has this big list of just scores. So we have a whole bunch of ranks, and in each of our ranks, say a royal flush has a name and a payout. And I wrote all of those off camera as well, because that would be kind of boring to watch. So let's get started implementing our hand class. We'll say class hand. Pretty easy to start out with, and we'll say public constructor. That'll take cards, which is a card array. We're not always going to take cards, or I rather don't know at this point in time. Private cards is a card array, like so. And then in here, if cards not equal to undefined, this.cards equal cards. Otherwise, this.cards equals an empty array. That's all for now. Now we'll move on to getting the score of the hand. So we'll say public get score, like that, and that'll return a score. That's an interface that I implemented up here that takes a rank, which is one of these. The hand has a rank, say it's a royal flush, and it'll have scoring cards, which is a list of all of the cards in the hand that helped score the hand. So in the case of a royal flush, that'd be every single card, but in the case of four of a kind, that'd only be four of them. In the case of pair of jacks, well, that'd only be two of them. That'll be so that later when we start implementing, say, a user interface or something, we'll be able to highlight which cards scored and say, oh, these ones are special or something like that. Okay, so get score. I'm going to do sort of pseudocode, rather it's just code we haven't implemented yet here. So if this is a flush and this is a straight, like I said, we'll implement these later. Now we've narrowed it down to one of two possibilities. It's either a straight flush or a royal flush. So I'll say if this dot has 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, that's royal flush, and then return rank is ranks.royal flush. By the way, all this code that I've typed above, it's all on GitHub, so you can download that and copy it, so you can actually be typing along with me as I'm working on this, and not have a bajillion errors like I do right now. Well, you would have one more error if you didn't have this code. Anyways, so rank and scoring cards is this.cards. Alright, and if it's not that, well, we've already returned, so then we can just say, otherwise it's a straight flush, and we'll return basically the same thing again, actually. So copy that, paste it in there, indent, except it's not a royal flush, it's a straight flush, and there we go. We have those first two prototyped out. Okay, so next up we have 4 of a kind. So I'm just going to say if has 4 of a kind. Like I said, we'll flesh this out more later. If has 4, then return ranks dot 4 of a kind. And scoring cards, well, we don't know yet, so we'll leave that. Next up, I think, is full house. So if has 3 and has 2, then return ranks dot full house. Scoring cards, all of them. Okay, next up, sorry I don't have these memorized. Flush, then straight. Okay, so if this dot is flush, then we'll do that. If this dot is straight, then we'll return properly. So we'll say return, oh my goodness, ranks dot flush, like that, and scoring cards, this dot cards, all of them, and I'll copy this over to here, make sure that's indented properly. That is a straight, like that. Okay, flush, straight. What's up next? 3 of a kind, then 2 pair. So if has 3, return, I have this copy pasted, don't I? Return ranks dot 3 of a kind. Okay. If has 2 pair, return 2 pair. Otherwise, if has 2, this has to be jacks or better, and jacks or better, then return jacks or better. Otherwise, return ranks dot nothing. That is a rank, yes, and scoring cards is none of them. Alright, so now let's start from the top and implement these methods that we didn't implement before. So I'm going to say private is flush. That'll return a boolean. So we'll say let the suit that we're testing for is this.cards 0.suit, because they all have to be the same, so might as well start with the first one. So we'll say return this.cards. Every single one of them must match. So whatever we put in here has to return true. So we'll say card c.suit equals suit. So if they all match the suit of the first card, they're all the same suit. So it's a flush. All right, private. Just a sec. Private is straight. Is also returning a boolean. This one's a little more complex than the is flush. So I'm going to keep track of a couple variables here. Let high, low, and ranks that we have seen so far, which is a number array. So high rank equals low rank. At the start, it's just this.cards 0.rank. I mean, the high and the low one, when we've only gotten the first card, is the first card. So for let I equals 0, I'm going to type out the whole thing, yes. I is less than this.cards.length I plus. You love doing that for loop dance, don't you? Then we say let C equals this.cards I, and let rank equal C.rank. Okay. If ranks.index of R does not equal -1, that means we've seen this one before, so we have a duplicate number, return false. Because the straights all have to be different numbers. Okay, then ranks.push R, because we've seen that one now. If R is higher than high, high equals R. If R is less than low, low equals R. All right, now return high minus low equals 4, because we have 5 cards in a hand, so the difference between them has to be 4. Okay, but the thing is, aces can be on the top or on the bottom. So, I mean, I could do optimization and make this nice and optimized and not have to copy paste code, but since we're only copying and pasting it twice, I'm gonna make we're only having 2 copies, and okay, it's fine. Is ace low straight, so that'll be the one we just wrote, and is ace high straight. And the only change here is if R equals 1, R equals 14. I realize that this is definitely not as optimized as it could be. Well, I mean, it's simple enough for now. So then we'll define another method up here. We'll say private is straight. I'll return a Boolean. Return this dot is ace high straight, or this dot is ace low straight. So much duplicate code running, so unoptimized, but it's fine. So we have those 2 implemented. Now let's implement the this has function, which is only used in that spot, but that's fine. Private has. Actually, let's make this one public. Public has ranks, which is numbers, and that'll return a Boolean. All right. So let's say return this dot cards dot sum. This will return true as soon as it returns true once. The function inside. As soon as the function inside returns true once. So we want to return false until we've matched every single rank that was requested. So we'll say let R equals c.rank and I equals ranks dot index of R. If let's see here. If I does not equal -1, whoops, then ranks.splice, so just get rid of this element I, like that, and then that's fine, and then return ranks.length equals 0. So as soon as so we're just going to be removing every single instance of this rank out of the ranks array until the length is 0, and when the length is 0, we know we've matched them all. And if it never ends up reaching 0, this will return false, so it doesn't have all of them. So that should work for now. Those 3. You know, why don't we do testing? That might be wise. So forget about all of this code I wrote here. For now, comment that all out, and we'll say let h equal new hand, and I guess we have to add cards now, don't we? New card. I'll say a 3 of suits dot diamonds, and like 2 other cards, so 3 and 5 and 6. Sure. Now console dot log h dot has a 5, a 6, and a 7. So should log true, true, false. Node.js .js. Syntax error, of course, because it's not complete yet. So comment that out for now, and True, true, false. Perfect. So that works. Now we can get back to business. Alrighty. So the next thing we have to implement is has for of a kind. To do that, I'm going to come up here and define another class called kinds, and this is going to aggregate our cards into different categories based on their ranks. So we'll have however many cards, like if we have 2 4s in our hand, then we'll have an object with a key of 4, and that'll have an array with 2 cards in it. So I'll just define it. It'll look like this. Public constructor, and that'll take cards, which is a card array. And then private kinds is going to be an object that looks like this. We'll have a rank is going to be the key, which is a number. This needs to not be an equal sign. Rank is a number, and inside of that we just have a card array, like so. Alright, now here we're going to loop through all the cards. Cards.for each. We have a card, and let r equals c.rank. If this dot kinds r equals undefined, don't have that one yet, this dot kinds r equals an array, empty array. Okay, then this dot kinds r, if I spell right, kinds r dot push c. Perfect. All right, that should set up the kinds, and then we'll add a method here. Public has a rank. No, has a number of kinds. So if we want to pair, this variable here will be 2. If we want 3 of a kind, so 4 of diamonds, 4 of clubs, 4 of spades, we'll pass a 3 in, and so on and so forth. So if it has number of kinds, so we'll do this for let rank of object.keys this.kinds. Okay, so we have the rank. Now we're basically going to check if this.kinds rank dot length equals num of kinds. Okay, so if that is true, then we have a match. So I'm just going to say let result equal an array, and that array is going to be a card array. Except I don't want to be returning card arrays, sort of, but not quite. So I'm going to come up here and say interface kinds group, we'll call it. And that'll have cards, which is a card array, fine, and a rank, which represents the rank of all the cards that are in this kinds group. So the rank is going to be a number like that. So then I can switch this over to being a kinds group, and then if this kinds rank length equals number of kinds, then result dot push cards is this dot kinds rank. Okay, and rank is rank, like that. Oh, what does it not like here? Oh, rank thinks that's a string. That's not a string, that's a number. Okay, so then return result. Although this is going to give us a kinds group array, and most of the time we're just going to want the top one. So I'm going to rename this to all, and then redefine has up here. Public has num of kinds, which is number. That'll return a kinds group, like that, and we'll say return this dot all num of kinds, the first one, just cause we only need one, just to make sure. This returns a kinds group array, just so we can put the typing in there, and there we go. That should be done. So now, if I come over here, say let has for equals, oh, we'll have to do this too. Let kinds equal new kinds using our cards. Okay, so has for is kinds dot has for. Okay, so if has for, oh, well, I suppose what's our false case? Like if it doesn't contain them. So I'll do this. If result dot length equals 0, return false. So I can add that to the typing here, or false, and this can also return false. So I'm gonna say let kg array, I guess is what it is, actually equals that. Press the right buttons. If kg, return kg, the first one, otherwise return false. There, now we make it return false if it's falsy. So, right, here we go. So if has for, and scoring cards is has for dot cards. Okay, if has 3 and has 2, let has 3 equals kinds dot has 3, has 2 equals kinds dot has 2. There we go. If those, then it's the set cards, a flush, straight. If has 3, we already defined that, is has 2 pair. So let all 2 equals kinds dot all 2. So here, all 2, if all 2 and all 2 dot length equals 2. This is wrong. Then we want, oh boy, this is a little bit complex here, what I'm going to be doing. So we'll have, oh my goodness, so many sets of parentheses. It's like Lisp. I don't even know Lisp, I just don't use parentheses. Okay, so scoring cards, return cards here, cards is a card array, because that's what we want here. This is an array. Okay, and then in here, all 2.for each, we have kinds group, I believe, right? That's a kinds group. Yes. Okay, cards dot equals cards dot concat, because concat doesn't modify the array. Kg dot cards. There we go. Okay, so scoring cards. Just mapping all of those. All right. Now finally, if has 2 and has 2 dot rank is greater than or equal to 11, or, and since and binds tighter than or, we have to put these in parentheses, or has 2 dot rank equals 1, then, this again is wrong, then it's jacked or better. So we have to say has 2 dot cards. And there, I believe our scoring, our get score method should be done. So I'm going to come over here, get rid of this, uncomment this right here, save that, and run. Alright. Cannot read property 10 of undefined. Okay, so over here somewhere. What are we saying? Oh, dang it. it doesn't, because it's in the JavaScript file, so the stack trace isn't completely accurate as far as line numbers. Cannot read property 10 of undefined. So if this dot kinds are, oh wait, this dot kinds are this dot kinds equals an object. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now it should be in this order. We have royal flush, straight flush, 4 of a kind, full house, flush, straight, 3 of a kind, 2 pair, jacks are better, and nothing. All right. That scoring should be working. I'm just also going to say let s equals h.getScore just to make sure. Get score. Yeah, that should be it. Okay, and then log s.rank.name. Just s.rank.payout s.scoring cards, like that. Dot map. Might as well make it look pretty, right? C.name. Join with a comma. Alright. So a royal flush with a 10 of clubs, jack of clubs, queen, king, and ace of clubs. A straight flush with a 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of clubs. 4 of a kind. By the way, these are the payout numbers right here. 850, 25, 9, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, so 4 of a kind with 10 of diamonds, clubs, spades, and hearts, and no other cards. So it's only listing 4 cards there. That's perfect. Full house with 6s and kings. Flush with all hearts. Straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 of a kind. Whoops. I'm doing something wrong here. Good thing I did the check, right? 3 of a kind. Has 3. See, I knew. Has 3. Shouldn't have been copying and pasting. Has 3 dot cards. Okay, no. Should be right. 3 of a kind, yes. 10s. 2 pair. We have 2 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, and 5s of diamonds and spades. Jacks are better. We have jack of spades, jack of diamonds, and nothing. 0. There we go. That is how we make the hand class, which we'll probably be modifying in later videos. But anyways, we just did the scoring. So that is how you score a hand, I guess, for our poker game. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope you learned something from it. Man, my name is Jacob. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a good one.